Morning, day two. I got up pretty early this morning. My alarm was set for 6 o'clock and I woke up somewhat before it. It was already getting light out. I heard some people walk past, so they got up even earlier than that. I'll show you my campsite here. Down there through the bushes, maybe you can see the bench. That was a waypoint on the map. I wasn't expecting camping right here, but there was, and I was ready for it. Nice little place for my tent. It was sloped a little bit downhill, but not bad. Worked out just fine. I had to scoot myself up a couple times during the night. I'm 2/3 of the way through packing everything up, getting organized for the day. I did not have a fire here. Somebody did at some point, but fires right now are a really bad idea. They tend to burn whole forests down. But beautiful area, nice sunny sky, 60 degrees. I'm wearing my shorts, hiking shorts, and right now I'm wearing my puffy. When I get started, I will probably take the puffy off because I don't think it'll take me very long to warm up. Some switchbacks early in my future this morning, and then we'll see what things hold. See you down trail. I have a little bit of downhill, gentle downhill, which is perfect. It's been almost all uphill this morning. I did start with a brief downhill leaving camp, but one thing you learn pretty quickly when you are out backpacking, every downhill is followed by an equal, not even equal, a more uphill. Seems like the downhill never makes up for all the uphill, but I have caught my breath. My pace is just a little bit under 2 miles an hour, which is pretty slow for me. I'm usually 2.5 or so, but I'm still in the very early stages of adapting, coming from living at 350 feet of elevation. I'm over 7,000 right now, so that's a big adjustment, and my pack is still very heavy. I haven't eaten very much food at all out of it, so it's quite a monster at the moment. But overall, happy with how things are going, loving the trail. I have been in the trees most of the time so far. That'll change along the way to where I'll be at some points well above tree line, but beautiful trail. So far this morning, I heard one red squirrel. I didn't see it. It was a little bit in the distance, but it was yelling at me as I went past, making sure I knew that I was trespassing on his property. I assured it that I was just passing through and it would all be okay. I saw a chipmunk. I've heard a couple birds, but pretty quiet morning. I found one raspberry so far. That was a great taste in my mouth for half a mile or so. There's lots of thimbleberry plants, hardly any berries. There's some right now. They're not ripe, but those are thimbleberries. There's some over here that are ripe. I've only eaten one. There was a sign coming onto the trail that talked about leaving the berries for the locals, the local animals, that is. That's their food source, or one part of their food source. I don't think it's possible for me to eat enough berries to cause a problem, but that's fine. I'll have one, whatever I find, every now and then, just for the flavor. I certainly don't need it for the calories. I'm carrying more than enough calories. Talk to you soon. So I'm at a little over 7,500 feet. Far out says this is a local high point. I should have some downhill coming up pretty quickly here. Just taking a quick break, looking around. I'm wondering, you see this open area? There's like forest on the right, forest on the left, even looks like forest above it. It's not black, but makes me wonder if a fire went through here many years ago and it's still recovering. I love these long views. It's a little bit hazy, but I don't smell smoke. Who knows? I see the Platte River down there. Even a little bit of civilization, if you can call two structures civilization. I'll be down there at some point, probably another 2 hours. The trail makes its way down to the Platte River. That's my next water supply. There was a black squirrel on the trail just a few yards ago. I had never seen a black squirrel, didn't even know there was a thing like that, such a thing, until I moved to Wisconsin, and they were moderately common. Maybe a quarter or a third of the squirrels where we lived in Wisconsin were black. Beautiful squirrels. Their coat is so shiny. Anyhow, there was one on the trail here. He was far enough ahead of me, and then he went over the crest of a hill and I didn't see him after that. I told him I just wanted to take a picture or a video, but he wasn't having it, so all I get to do is tell you about it. But that was pretty neat. Nice to know that there are black squirrels out this way. I see him again. Probably can't see it in the, there, he's on the trail. And off to the left of the trail. I can't see in my viewfinder, so I've got the brightness turned way down, but he's making his way to the left of the trail. Beautiful spot here along the river. I'm taking an extended break. I cooked some food Had some Nora brand pad thai. First time I ever had that. It was good. I don't usually eat lunch like this, but today seemed like the right thing to do. Got my shirt drying, rinsed it off in the river, washed my body and my hair in the river, just with water, no soap. There's my cook pot drying out. I'm in the middle of filtering some water. I've got a 10-mile dry stretch, so I'll make sure I have plenty of water in my bottle there. It looks milky. It's a Tailwind brand. I don't remember what they call it, but it tastes like a milkshake. They have vanilla and chocolate. The one there is vanilla. Tastes good. It really encourages me to be hydrating properly when it's hot out. There's my pack. A little bit of disarray while I'm getting food out, rearranging some things, but nice break here in the shade. When I got here, my thermometer was reading in the mid-70s, 75, 76 I think it was. But it's beautiful in the shade, little breeze. I'm feeling good. Well, this is the first time I've been seriously unsure of which way to go. So I pulled out my map, but there's a nice trail there. It's going up onto the hill, so it might be just like a campsite or a lookout point. But there's also a trail over here. I really wasn't sure, so I pulled out my map and looked. And this way that I'm looking now is the proper way. As I'm looking around, there were two indications that should have been obvious to a hiker, are obvious to hikers. Number one, there's a branch across that trail. That's a pretty universal symbol, and over here too. That's a pretty universal symbol saying normal hikers don't go this way. And the other thing, oh, hang on, mountain biker coming through. Nice to have wheels, but holy cow, do they work hard. Anyhow, so what does this look like? Do you suppose those branches just randomly fell in an arrow shape pointing up that trail? I don't think so. I'm a little too dependent on my map. I'm afraid of making a wrong turn and having to backtrack. But I really need to pay attention to the signs on the trail and make smarter choices. Someday, hopefully never, but it's entirely possible that my phone will break or I'll run out of battery. So learning to watch the signs and being smart is the best approach.